The Story of Tea, an Expanded Timeline. 2737 BCE, China. Legend says, Emperor Shennong discovered tea when leaves from a wild Camellia sinensis plant drifted into his boiling water. This accidental infusion pleased his senses, and he praised its refreshing and healing qualities. From that moment, tea began its journey as both drink and medicine. 1027 BCE, China. By this time, tea was being cultivated and offered as tribute to the Zhou dynasty. It was valued not as a daily drink but as a rare and medicinal elixir. Tea was reserved for rituals and the elite, with a mystique that surrounded its consumption. 300 to 400 BCE, China. Tea leaves were often chewed or boiled to extract their benefits rather than steeped as a drink. Ancient texts mention tea as a herb used for longevity and health. It was part of early Chinese herbal medicine traditions, not a casual beverage yet. 2nd century BCE, China. The earliest documented record of boiling tea appears in contracts from the Han Dynasty. This shows tea was becoming more than a herbal treatment, it was evolving as a cultural drink. Boiling tea became a recognized preparation method in Chinese culture. 8th century CE, China. Lu Yu, the great tea master, wrote the classic of tea, defining tea preparation and etiquette during the Tang dynasty. This book elevated tea into an art form, shaping centuries of Chinese tea culture. Tea became a symbol of refinement, philosophy, and tradition. 16th century, Europe. Portuguese and Dutch traders introduced tea to Europe through trade with China. It was considered an exotic luxury drink for the wealthy elite. Tea began to spread slowly across European societies, gaining a reputation for sophistication. 1601, England. The English East India Company was founded, bringing large-scale tea imports to England. Tea became a symbol of British trade and influence abroad. Its popularity grew steadily, especially among the aristocracy and upper classes. 1662, England. King Charles II married Catherine of Braganza, a Portuguese princess who brought tea as part of her dowry. Tea became fashionable in English royal courts, spreading quickly among nobility. It transformed into a refined cultural habit among the elite. 18th century, England. Tea became an everyday part of British life, and afternoon tea emerged as a popular social tradition. Tea was no longer a luxury, it became accessible to the middle classes. This era cemented tea's role as a defining element of British culture. Tea in India, 1835. The British established large tea plantations in Assam to break China's monopoly on tea. This marked the start of commercial tea cultivation in India. Tea production became an important part of the colonial economy. Early 1900s. Tea consumption spread across India. Influenced by British colonial workers and trade policies, tea stalls began appearing across cities and villages. Drinking tea became part of daily life for many Indians. 1950s. The Indian Tea Board launched campaigns promoting tea as the nation's drink. These efforts made tea more affordable and available nationwide. Masala chai began evolving as a unique blend cherished across India. 20th century. Tea culture diversified globally, with each country adopting its own traditions. Tea became a daily habit across continents, from Japanese tea ceremonies to British afternoon tea. It evolved into a cultural ritual beyond its origins. 21st century. Tea remains one of the world's most popular beverages, with innovations such as tea bags, iced tea, and bottled tea. Specialty tea shops and blends have expanded globally. Tea drinking continues to adapt while honoring its rich history. As of 2024, China is the largest producer of tea in the world, producing about 3.7 million metric tons annually, accounting for over 50% of global production. India follows as the second largest producer with 1.37 million metric tons. Other major producers include Kenya, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam, each contributing significantly to global supply. Globally, tea remains one of the most consumed beverages, with both traditional and modern variations growing in popularity.